Actually, we could argue that like 3 out of the 5 books that I'm going to talk about in this video are non-fiction books, which is surprising, and only one of them is fantasy. Who am I? Hello everybody, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be back today with another video. It has been like 2 months since the last time I uploaded a video, which is really crazy and kind of wild, and I am not gonna lie, I feel a little bit strange standing here right now talking to you. It's been too long. It's really been too long. But I have good news, because in case you don't know, I needed to take a little bit of a break away from BookTube in order to finish my master's thesis, and I am very happy to announce that I am done. I finished it, I submitted it, it is out of my hands. I can't do anything with it right now. It is going to be evaluated by a committee, and then they're gonna come back to me, and I might need to do like a couple of edits, but for now, I'm done. And I am so happy and so proud of myself. It feels a little bit weird to not write about Inej every single day because I love her so much, and honestly that was like my favorite part of the entire process, but also I am so relieved that it is done, that it's over, that I can do other things with my time now and I don't constantly have that in the back of my brain. It's such a relief and I am so happy about that. But yeah, thank you all so much for being patient with me and letting me go on that little break. Honestly, I don't know how I managed to do BookTube and writing and just everything that I was doing for so long, because honestly, I just really burned myself out. So taking a break was definitely the right decision, even though the last 2 months have been like very busy and quite eventful as well. So like it wasn't that much of a break, but still it really helped to not have to like worry about filming videos and then editing them and then posting them and just all of that stuff. Even though I love it, it can be pretty time consuming, as I'm sure many of you know. So yeah, thank you so much for being patient with me with that. I am now back and I do want to start posting more videos again. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do 1 video per week because I am still very tired and I still don't have like a lot of energy. I've been going through some rough mental health patches as well as like some physical health issues that I need to figure out like what's going on. So yeah, it's been just kind of a crazy 2 months. July and August have just been wild. In other news, as you can probably tell, I've got curly bangs, which is always exciting. I love a curly bangs fall, and I'm very excited to talk about all of the books that I'm planning to read in autumn today. I am just so excited for autumn. It's my favorite season. I get so excited every single time we get to September, and oh, I've just been so excited to film this video. So I think this is what I'm going to focus on in the next couple of weeks, just filming videos that I'm really excited about and not really like focus on putting out a new video every single week, because I don't think that's gonna be possible. Like I need to be kind to myself a little bit. I was planning on doing a July and August wrap up, but honestly I don't think that I have the kind of energy that I need right now to film such a massive wrap up and also edit it after that. So if you want to know all about the books that I've read while I was away, I'm going to be linking my Goodreads down below. As always, it's always there in the description box. So if you want to go and check it out, I highly encourage you to do so. I always leave a review for every single book that I read. I've been keeping up with it and doing pretty well. So there is a review for every single book that I've read in July and August. And yeah, I think that's everything that I needed to update you all about. So I finished my master's thesis, I'm so ready for fall, and I'm also so ready to talk about the books that I'm planning to read in the next couple of months. So let's dive in. The first book that I want to talk about today, I don't actually have in my hands right now, which is honestly a tragedy because I really want to read it. I am so excited for it to get here, and that book is Portrait of a Scotsman by Evie Dunmore. This is the 3rd book into a Regency era romance series that Evie Dunmore writes. The first book is Bringing Down the Duke, which you may have heard about. I think it was pretty popular, and this series is honestly one of my favorite romance series of all time. We basically follow follow this group of friends, and they all go to Oxford, and they all somehow involved into the suffragette movement. And basically every single book follows each one of the characters and their particular love story. And in this one, I don't know too much about it, but we follow this character who is kind of like an artist, and she is very much the like sunshine of the group. She is a little bit naive, she's always trying to have fun, and she is such a great character. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with her. And I think that it's kind of like a marriage of convenience story, and she gets married with this like very grumpy banker who's also doing like illegal things under the table or something like that. And I can't wait to see their dynamic. I know it's going to be absolutely hilarious. All of the books are just so funny and so steamy and great and cute, and oh my gosh, they're just such a good time. So I cannot wait for this one. I feel like it's gonna be such a wild ride with those two characters, and I cannot wait to see where it takes me. Then the second book that I'm very excited to read this fall is In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. All that I know about this book is that it is a memoir, and I think that the author is talking about this toxic relationship that she was in, but she's talking about it through all of these horror movies and books tropes. And that sounds like very interesting to me. I've heard so many great things about this book. So many people highly recommend it, including Hannah from A Clockwork Reader, whom I always trust. And she says that the writing in this book is phenomenal, and it made her super emotional and made her cry. So, you know, I'm always down for a good cry, and this sounded very interesting to me. And yeah, I've heard so many amazing things about this author and her writing, so I cannot wait to dive into this. Probably really spook myself, but you know, it's gonna be spooky season soon, so I gotta have some like disturbing, strange books to read, and I feel like this one is gonna be that, but also very emotional. So I'm definitely very excited to pick this up. And the next book that I'm planning to read this fall is actually a non-fiction, which might be surprising because I don't read a lot of those. Actually, we could argue that like 3 out of the 5 books that I'm gonna talk about in this video are non-fiction books, which is surprising, and only one of them is fantasy. Who am I? And that book is 21 Things You May Not Know About the Indian Act, Helping Canadians Make Reconciliation with Indigenous Peoples a Reality by Bob Joseph. I have heard so many good things about this book, and definitely like reconciliation with Indigenous peoples is something that I want to learn more about. So I decided to pick this one up because I've heard about the Indian Act in school, obviously, but that was from the colonizers' perspective, let's be honest. And even then, it's definitely not something that my history classes talked a lot about, especially I feel like in Quebec, we don't talk about it enough. So I definitely want to learn more about it, and I thought that this book would be a great place to start. I've heard so many great things about it. Apparently it's like very impactful, it's also very informative, and it also gives you different like suggestions of concrete things that you can do in your day-to-day life, I think. So yeah, definitely looking forward to reading this one and learn more about reconciliation and also about the land back movement. I really want to read more about that. If you have any like resources that you'd like to share with me, definitely leave them in the comments below. But yeah, I want to do some research about these things in order to be a better ally, and I thought that this book would be a great place to start. Then the next book that I want to read this fall is A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. This is our book pick for the months of September and October over at the Tea Leaves Book Club, and I am definitely very excited to read this book. Apparently it's this kind of like dark academia, spooky novel about this school where there used to be this group of girls who were considered witches, and basically when they died, the school became kind of like haunted with their spirits, and we follow our main character who goes to the school in the present after the death of her girlfriend the year before, and she is basically trying to learn more about those witches. And apparently there's like a great sapphic romance in the center of this book, which is always exciting, and I am just so ready for all of the witchy vibes and all of the dark academia vibes. I think it's gonna be such a fun ride, and I cannot wait to read this with all of the other Tea Leaves Book Club members. And we might also have something to announce in the next couple of days regarding this book and regarding some great autumnal things, so just keep your eyes open in case you're interested. But yeah, I am definitely very excited to read this book. The early reviews are absolutely fire, so I feel like it's gonna be a good one. I can't wait. And then finally, the last book that I absolutely want to read this autumn is Jane Austen, Her Life, Her Times, Her Novels by Janet Todd. And this is basically, as you can probably tell, a biography of Jane Austen, and I really miss Jane Austen. I have read all of her books, and I was honestly debating rereading some of them this fall because I think that they just have the perfect cozy vibes for this season. And then I remembered that I actually have this book, so I thought, why not actually learn about Jane Austen herself? And I'm very excited to know more about her because I don't know too much. You know, I had a very like French oriented education, so I never read anything by her at school. I never learned anything about her life, and I know that she was a very private person, so we don't know too much about her, but I can't wait to see like what it was like for her to be a female author in her time and how her books were received at the time, because I don't know too much about that either. And I think this book is going to be a great place to start to learn more about her, and it's just so beautiful. Like, it has all of those beautiful pictures and images, so I think it's going to be a very great and cozy reading experience and a great way to learn more about one of my favorite female authors. Alright, so there y'all have it. These are the top 5 books that I would really love to read this autumn. Let me know down below in the comments which books you are the most excited to read for this season. I'm always very excited to hear about people's TBRs. Once again, thank you so much for being patient with me during my little break and for sticking around. It really means a lot. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!